Hello guys, if you're new here, I'm Miriam and this is my gaming perspective. We recently just got new information about the sequel, part 2 or whatever you want to call it, of Final Fantasy VII the Remake, and I'd like to share it with you guys in this video. It goes without saying that this video is going to be full of spoilers, so keep that in mind before watching it. So the last 28th of April got released in Japan a new book called Ultimania. This book contains a lot of new information and interviews with the game developers of Final Fantasy VII the Remake. However, this book is obviously in Japanese, but there are a lot of people on the internet who are translating it right now into English. One of these people is Audrey in Twitter. And I want to share with you guys the new information her translations give us. First of all, let's look at the interviews. So in the first interview, Kitase and Nomura-san talk about how many parts the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be. The conclusion is that they don't really know. Kitase-san says that there's a speculation about it being a trilogy, but Nomura-san also says that he would prefer to release it in smaller parts, because if they were to release the game in larger parts, then this would take more time. But really, they don't know how many parts it's going to be as of yet. Kitase-san also says that they are not really drastically changing the story and making it something completely different. It's still going to be the original Final Fantasy VII story we know. However, in another interview with Nomura-san and Nojima-san, Nomura-san says that he wanted to create something completely different with Final Fantasy VII. But Nojima-san didn't really want that. Nojima-san wanted the entire compilation of Final Fantasy VII to be represented in the game too. So this doesn't really give us anything concrete. On the one hand, Kitase-san says that they're not going to change the original game, but then Nomura-san said that he wanted to create something completely new and different with the Final Fantasy VII Remake. So in the end, what are they going to do? Then Audrey started translating all the information the book had about the characters. One of the things that has been confirmed is that Aerith actually knows stuff from the future. She knows what's going to happen, and she probably wants to keep to that path. But I don't think we will. The translation also mentions something about the fact that something happens when Aerith touches or comes in contact with other people, though we don't know for sure what is it that happens. We also get a translation about what is the meaning behind Zack being alive. And because he is alive. It's confirmed that he is alive, of course, but whether he is alive on the main timeline or the remake or not, that is to be decided yet. I mean, if he were alive on the main timeline, Cloud would change, I guess, and he wouldn't be able to keep the Vaster sword, and it would change a lot of things within the story of the main timeline. But I guess he could be alive in a different timeline, though I don't know what this is going to mean for the future. They also said that the fact that he's alive is something that is going to lead us to a huge mystery or secret. Of course, we'll have to see until part 2 gets released, I guess. There's another theory about this Zack though. There's a theory going on that Zack might actually be alive in the main timeline. For one, because in one of these translations about his character, it says that he has been missing ever since his last mission 5 years ago. He has been missing. Nobody has been found. They don't really... It doesn't really state that he's dead. Could be that, he's missing in combat, so it implies that he's dead. But it could also mean that they don't really know whether he's dead or not. Though Cloud should No, in theory. And also, because of the stamps. The fact that the stamps are different could mean that those are two different timelines. But it could also mean another thing. If you have played the game, you'll notice that in chapter 5, I believe, Barrett explains that the stamp was originally taken by Shinra and they repurposed it and changed it to make it their own. This could mean that the original stamp is the one we see in Zack's scene. And later on, Shinra got a hold of it, changed the dog, and added also like a soldier cap to it. It's also intriguing that in the original, in Zack's scene, the stamp we see, it's on a bag of chips. And in that bag of chips, it says original. Maybe it refers to the original story, or maybe it means that that stamp was the original one and then it was repurposed and changed. Who knows? I guess we'll have to wait and see. I mean, we'll have to wait and see either way, so... Audrey will continue to translate everything she can about the book, and we'll probably get more information in the future. But for now, what do you guys think? Do you have any interesting theories? Do you think you know what's going to happen next? Do you think the game is going to be the same as the original one, but with Zack still alive? Do you think there are different timelines? Do you think Zack will travel to the main timeline? If you have any interesting theories, leave them down below. For now, we'll just wait and see if we can learn more information thanks to the Ultimania book and try to see what the future holds for all these characters. If you'd like this video, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a comment down below and click on the notification bell so that you don't miss any videos in the future. I'll see you in the next video.